right, guys, welcome to the Common Goal podcast. We are back. This is me, Evan, Malcolm, Aston, and Mikayle. We are here with our very first album review with Dave East Survival. Long awaited.
Let's talk about East Side.
Yep. To start off, we just gonna go over what they've been doing through the years because all of us are huge fans. Starting off in 2014, with Black Rose, and then going on with Hate Me Now and other projects such as Kyrie Chanel, Paranoia, Karma 1, Karma 2. Before that,
Straight Out
Harlem, No Regrets. It's like Dave. Leading up to this, Dave's just been everywhere. And honestly, I think he's really grown through the years. Even though I will say he's been dropping a lot lately, and he's been having us wait a while. Yeah. What do you guys think about his progression so far, and what's leading up to this?
I love it, man. I definitely do. Like, East is definitely showing a lot of maturity as an artist. You could definitely tell, like, where he came from when he first started out, like, in regards to production, at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, he definitely has.
In terms of his sound, like, I can see the growth, but at the same time, you still see that the same person we remember finding out about in 2014, which I like.
Well, he's always respected the legends, so I think that carried him throughout his entire.
That gave him a lot of respect.
A lot of inspiration. Yeah. So
I mean, I feel like part of that kind of got to do with, for one, where he come from, for two, is his age. You know what I'm saying? Like, off the rip, like, he's 30-some years old from New York. Like,
and let's think about, like, Dave's really getting to the prime of his career at 30. Like, he's been at this for a while.
Yes. It's a slow grind, you know what I'm saying? But it's fast. You can't make fast money, you know what I'm saying, and stay there. I mean, that slow grind will keep you at the top. So if he plan on being like a household name in regards to being like a hip hop artist, I feel like this grind is definitely what he needed to do. Consistently dropping, making sure that people know his name, staying relevant, and then dropping some heat like what he just dropped recently. Like, you know. But for this album coming up that he just dropped, not even coming out, the one he just dropped yesterday. Where was it today?
Yeah, today. Whoa. Technically today is Friday.
Oh, all right. Well, I heard it a little early.
Yeah, a little early. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what were y'all expectations though? Going in,
fulfill my. I knew he was gonna be like this. He was talking.
Lyricism, good production, storytelling. He had it all. I knew he was gonna have it all.
Honestly,
his storytelling was just getting better and better.
Personally, I know I told Malcolm this, like, a lot of the stuff he's done from, like, I would say post Kyrie Chanel, which is like Paranoia 2, Karma 1 and 2, Beloved with Styles P. I think it was a lot of the shit he was doing would oversaturate this initial release.
You think it's redundant? Like, you're releasing the same kind of thing over and over again?
After, I would say no, and I'm glad he switched it up. And, like, I feel like he did something different from those projects I just named.
In his album right now?
Yeah, he did something different.
I told you earlier how I feel about it. I feel like this album was for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he mentions Freaky and you know, the people that he lost in jail or prison. He mentions his mom and his dad. Even the song choices with the samples and stuff like that, they are from stuff that his mom and dad listened to. That influence from his childhood is still there.
Survival is meaning, like, out of all the projects he's ever done, besides like Kyrie Chanel, Survival is the one that really relates to everybody, no matter what. Yeah. So I think that kind of hit home.
Yeah. For as far as my, like, expectations, I was like, I gotta learn to stop doing this. I always set my expectations too high because every time he drops snippets, I'm like, oh shit.
You expect the best out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, high expectations isn't always a bad thing because that means I just have high hopes for him. But like, I just gotta learn to not set my expectations so high because at the end of the day, he's still.
I mean, it's music.
It's music at the end of the day.
Enjoy it regardless.
It's not always gonna be the best is what your standard is.
But as an artist, you gotta appreciate that from your fans. Like, your fans just want nothing but the best from you. You know what I'm saying? And for you, ultimately. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want the best for you and from you, I don't think they're really genuine fans. It's just there because the hype is there at the moment. So, you know, I feel like East is at a point right now. He's contemplating, not contemplating, but just soaking in all the love he's getting right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he know how long his fans wait. He know how much his project meant for his future, his legacy. So, for sure. You know, I'm ready to hop into the review.
Yeah, and with that said, let's get into the first impressions. I guess we'll start off with me. I personally felt like it was a solid album. It met my expectations, but my expectations weren't high, but they weren't crazy.
I hate you.
Well, honestly, to go off of what I said before, like honestly, I didn't think as much shit as he released within the past 2 years, which is like damn near 7 projects. I don't think he'd be able to like touch this. So like my expectations were kind of like in the middle, and like he met him, exceeded them a little, and it was a cool project.
Exceed them a little.
Just a little. They weren't that high.
Malcolm, what did you think about this? What was your initial thoughts? Disregard the whatever he is. I don't even want to say it.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing with this type of project. I honestly, because you guys know I do listen to Dave a lot. With this particular project, I didn't necessarily have expectations. I just wanted to see the growth, because everybody knows when you drop a debut album, this is basically like, this is who I am in the industry world. Like, this is your first debut album is like the label that represents you. Like, it's like a badge. So I didn't know what to expect. I seen him like in the studio with a lot of legends. Like, he was in the studio with Swiss and Tim. Just the album overall, I enjoyed it, beginning top from bottom. I have no complaints really. Lyricism was in it. So the storytelling was like the On My Way to School track. Like, you could actually like picture that in your mind. I like storytelling, like, so I kind of appreciated that. It was a very, very good project. Like, I would listen to it again, like, even though it just came out today and we're doing a review on it, but just to like go back, and this would be a project I would go back to, honestly.
As for me, my opinion, like, its initial thoughts, it like just came out, so my opinion may change, but like,
Right.
as far as like the bars, my first thought is like the bars are gonna be there. It's just like comes down to like beat selection, flow, and all that other stuff. As far as like, and intro is very important for me. The intro really hit home for me, and that's like really set the tone. That set the tone, that for sure. And on the bad side for me, some of the songs, like, we'll get into it, but it got a bit too like soulful for me, and like the beat selection, he has a good ear for beats, but like the beat selection for me, like the selection got a bit too repetitive, and some of the beats, in my opinion, sounded a bit
no variation.
It sounded a bit the same to me, and that's maybe because he went to shout out to A-Rap Music. He had like 3 beats on the album, and to me it kind of like, it didn't differentiate.
That's like 3 out of 20.
True, but like, and there were some others though. Like those weren't the only ones though. We'll get into it, but like, as far as like the beat selection, the beats were good, but like it felt like it was
too much. Like, it kept being the same thing over and over again.
And another thing I thought was like, with this, he was really trying to he was still being the same person he was still in that pocket, but he was trying to go outside the box a little bit as far as like his music content, and as far as like creating, instead of doing like talking about like drug rap and stuff, he's really trying to have that timeless Nas type of feel. That's how I felt when I first listened.
I can get that. That's what's up, bro, for sure. Personally for me, I felt like, because I have such high expectations for East, because I know his potential. And we've seen glimpses of it throughout his entire career, like where he can go with certain tracks. I felt like, for one, it was a little feature heavy.
Yeah, that's one thing I meant to say.
Just a little bit, but like, even the features that he
didn't
have,
even drop. Like, I saw the track, it was like, shit.
Yeah, there were no features that really was like, oh my gosh, just blew you away.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, because that Lil Baby feature was hot to me.
Lil Baby
he
exceeded my expectations, because I seen him on the song and I was like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, people be sleeping on him. Okay, I mean, not people I know don't be sleeping on him, but if you really listen to hip hop all the time, you wouldn't be like, damn, Lil Baby and Dave East. You can be like kind of skeptical of that collab. But that being said, the features that he did have, I didn't think were bad. I thought like the ones he had, like I said, like Jay Black being on that song, could have been like Trey Songz. But other than that, I was very, very pleased with this album. I was like I said earlier, bro, this album was really him being able to tell his story, where he came from, and how he had to survive his whole life. This album was for him, you know what I'm saying? And he was able to show the world who he really is on a bigger scale now that this is his debut album. This is who he wanted to come out as. This is who he's coming into the industry as. I'm Dave East. I'm this person. And I was pleased to hear that.
And that's one thing that I thought when I listened to the album, was like, you don't have to know his past music. If you listen to Survival, you can really get to know him well by listening to him.
He stayed true to himself, and he always has. But it's just like in this, when you think of like debut albums, a lot of people try to like appeal to like mainstream. You know what I'm saying, for the mainstream album. I mean, for the debut album. So I was just really happy to see that he didn't really let anybody get in his ear. And he was just himself the entire time.
Yeah.
Some like to go back on what you said about being repetitive, I feel like some of the hooks were repetitive as well. Those are my only issues I had to say about the album. And some of the hooks were like over and over again. It was like you hear 4 or 5 times of the song. Yeah. You know, I'm just
feels like he's trying to force a chord.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro, I don't want to hear that no more. Yeah. But the overall song was decent to me. You know, so I really was pleased with the album.
All right, honestly. Now let's get in what we like and dislike. You know what? Let me start off and list some features. To start off, Dave had DJ Premier, Jay Black, Nas, Tiana Taylor, Dr. Dre, Rick Ross. I said Dr. Dre, didn't I? I meant the Dream. That's my bad. Fabulous, Jaquise, Gunna, Mozzie, E40, Lil Baby, Max B, Ash Leon, Ty Dolla $ign. And he didn't have necessarily Snoop Dogg rap on it, but he had Snoop Dogg talk towards the last song. And some of my faves, I would have to say, if I had to like put one all over the others personally, Need a Sign is probably my favorite song. The beat is great. I enjoyed it a lot. You know, I always fuck with like the female side of things with Tiana.
You're gonna make me pull up the track list because now you got me thinking.
I just want to comment on what he said earlier. It was off camera, but you know what you said.
They want to kill. Okay, I'll get to it. They want to kill you. Mama, I Made It isn't my favorite, but it's the best beat on the fucking project.
I can argue that.
Night Shift, Me's and Mines.
Best beat on the
That's some of my favorite.
Can you let me go next so I can argue?
Let me get to my least faves and then I'll let you go. Least faves. There's not, honestly, I only have like.
I just wanted to say it.
I only have like 2. I would say the song with Jaquise. That's not. I've never.
Jaquise.
Jaquise. Same shit. King of
like,
R&B.
That was like the lead single for it, I think. I don't know. He didn't
that
was
was
every day. Every day.
Every Day was the lead single, and I actually liked Every Day. Whoa. Song that I think is just trash is What's Going On with Fabulous.
You're out of your mind.
I think it's trash.
You're high off narcotics.
I think it's trash.
Really, Mark, you look for the weed real quick, bro?
Yo,
I don't think it's weed today.
It's not weed today?
Yeah.
LSD.
I think it's bad.
All right. So
why? I don't like the beat. I don't like the flow.
Your time
You're
is
putting
done.
yourself in a hole, bro. You're putting yourself in a hole, man.
Okay, who's next?
For me, my favorites, I have to say, the intro. I'm gonna say Godfather for me, I was gonna say Me and Mines was fire. It's fire. It's flowing on that shit.
Different.
But what else? OG because I love Rick Ross verse. And
The Dreams of course on
Need
that
a
song is
Sign.
kind of repetitive.
and songs I dislike, I did not like. Hold up.
Please don't say what I think you're going to say.
I didn't like. I love the beat for Baby, but I didn't like that much. Devil's Eyes wasn't my. E40 killed it.
He did.
He just killed the
bro.
vibe,
Oh
and
my
I.
gosh.
That was the one song on the album. I was like, yeah, let me skip this.
I had to turn it off.
How does that feature even come together? Do you feel like it's a label thing or Dave like hit him up?
Nah, Dave might have hit him up, bro.
Nah, that Dave. They were in this. It's on YouTube. They were in the studio together working on it. Like the whole song. The whole song was like.
You think Dave did it because like, oh, this is a legend right here?
Bruh,
I don't think so.
They like to pay homage a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think so. But what did you say was the best beat?
Mama, I Made It.
You're stupid. But
What's the best beat? The Nipsey
Godfather
Hussle?
4.
That shit was different, bro.
Godfather 4. It's
Cool.
But bro,
That's
you
understandable.
said that album was too soulful, so that was a soulful.
That's
beat right there.
one thing.
Honestly, that was my bias.
Listen,
take.
I don't have a problem with soulful beats, but it's just too much. The beats were crazy. Like for example,
So
all
you
the
didn't
ones.
like Kanye album?
Kanye
You
album.
don't like Kanye album?
It's a gospel album.
Did you name your favorite?
Relax.
5? At least 5?
Oh, I thought he was still going.
When
No, I was
he
still
says
going.
soulful, he means like the genre soulful.
Like, I'm talking
Like,
about the sample.
sample.
Sampling
I
wise.
got you.
Like all the beats A-Rap did, in my opinion, they were all
Top-
fire. They all sounded the same.
A-Rab, like
They all-
with this shit, like he was like, oh, let me remind y'all who the fuck I am. That's what that shit.
But all the beats,
he's top.
all the
tier.
beats sounded similar to me.
That-
Maybe because the way Dave flowed on
A-Rab
it. But
has
like,
A-Rab has a right to do that. He gets
so
passed for me.
you're cool with A-Rap making somewhat the 3 same beats.
All of his beats sound the same. and he gets a pass from me because they're all fire.
That's
You
not.
just giving niggas
Go ahead,
passes.
go ahead.
No. I thought you were going to
Mikayle,
go since I
Mikayle,
skipped
okay,
you.
I'll go-
Mikayle, what you got?
I'll do it. I'll
Hold
do
on,
mine.
I got
I'll
put
do
it-
You'll
mine
do it
last.
last. All right.
All right. They want to kill you. Penthouse.
Okay.
Godfather 4. Need a sign. On my way to school. 17. Mama I made it. OG. What's going on? Baby.
Just name the whole album.
I wanted everybody to know individually. So, now if I had to pick, all right. They want to kill you. Fire. That's how you start an album right there. Godfather 4. Need a sign. What I meant by like repetitive, and even the messages were repetitive, but on my way to school, Mama I made it, like with his mom talking in the background, I feel like either you telling a story with those like what are the words I'm looking for? Either you telling a story with those.
I'll say this to me when he did that, when he had people talking, the storytelling didn't feel natural to me.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he forced that.
For which one?
When he had like Mama I made it, but she like when his mom was talking, or when he even had Kyrie talking.
Yeah, it was. Am I wrong? I don't think it was like a cohesive album, was it?
No, that's
it wasn't.
why I think that's why it felt
Yeah,
out
I
of
think
place.
like I know "Hate Me Now" was, and that honestly, if he had it set up that way, it probably all of, like the talking and the quotables, and like all the people just like on his album, like his daughter, it probably would have went a lot smoother. Honestly,
You said would never would have.
would have.
It probably would have.
Yeah.
What was your dislikes? You said you
But I ain't fish with the light yet, bro.
You-
Pretty much everything on here I like except for
the one with E40.
On Sight,
The one with E40. Just say it.
On site,
Devil Eyes, Alone,
on site.
and honestly,
Oh yeah, another dislike. I didn't fuck with "I Want to Be a G." I'm glad he had Max on there, but I was just like, yeah.
Well, that was on the
Five
two
Pack. Yeah,
Yeah.
That Wanna Be a G was hard, bro. I'm sorry. Both of those albums, both of those songs was tough. in my
I like
opinion.
the beat. I just didn't like.
Every Day was fire to me.
Every day was fire.
Wanna Be a G was fire to me. That Mass B verse was fire, low key. But it's what it is. But the dislikes I named my dislikes, bro. I just can't get over the E40 verse, bro. That's just terrible, bro. Like just knowing how I was really into it. Like I wanted to hear
You was head
I was
nodding.
like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
let's do it.
Right.
And then I heard E40 and he said, ooh. I'm like, God, bro. Every time you hear the ooh, like,
shit like-
yeah, ooh. Every time you hear the ooh, you know it's trash, bro. I'm like, oh my God. I want to hear that.
Well, what was yours, Malcolm? What was yours?
So some songs that I liked on there. Need a Sign. That was crazy, especially like the horns. Like Need a Sign. On My Way to School. Baby was fire to me. And What You Mad At. What You Mad At?
I meant to say that as one of my likes.
Well, I didn't even expect the beat to change. When that second beat went on, that really showed like his lyricism and how further
That
he could
second
really
beat was crazy.
take that.
Yeah.
As far as dislikes,
Devil's Eyes.
Devil's Eyes was. Yeah,
Are y'all saying,
Devil's Eyes on Sight?
are y'all
I didn't even know it
saying-
was a bonus track.
Question. I know it was a good album. How close was E40 to ruining that song?
He already did.
He ruined it.
Oh, he ruined it.
I skipped.
Isn't it?
I did. Every time I come on,
I listened
skip
to it.
I listened to each verse and I might skip.
I skipped his verse.
Wait,
I
you
didn't skip the
skipped?
song.
I skipped I had to skip the whole song. It was like,
What? So you didn't hear Mozzie's?
yup.
I skipped his.
What?
I'm sorry.
You're drawing.
It was that
But,
bad.
Yeah,
first
you're
time I heard
drawing.
it. Nah, first I heard the song, I definitely skipped E40 part and a bunch of the Mozzie joint. But after hearing it over and over again, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, because E40's verse was in there and it was so long, I just chopped the whole
Wasn't
song.
it?
So y'all like Night Shift?
That shit was fire. I don't even
Yeah, it was
like
pretty
and
good.
Lil Baby verse. Like I don't even like Lil Baby.
I
That
think
shit
what's
was
underrated
fire.
is Daddy Knows. That was fire.
Yeah.
That's probably like one of the underrated songs that people aren't. I feel like they're not gonna mention that much.
But one thing I wanted to say, if we got more time, favorite feature, real quick.
favorite feature. I would say Gunna. On
That,
Everyday.
that was
I liked it.
that was the single, bro. Something on
It's
the
on the album. It
Hey,
counts.
Malcolm,
You asked
come
for
on,
your
come
favorite
on.
feature.
You know what I'm gonna say, bro?
I might have to go with. Man, it's between Fab and Tiana, but you know what I'm saying. I might have to go with. I don't know. I've been listening to what's going on most majority of the day, so I'm gonna have to say Fab.
All right, how about you?
You
Karen?
know what I'm about to say, Marco?
But
Mad rapper.
What about you?
Say no, fuck with
It's between
Make a decision.
Nas joint and Rick Ross, but I'm gonna go with Rick Ross.
Alright,
since it
cool.
was real
Let's
and
get
simple.
into the final overview of the album.
All right.
All right, and to wrap things up, we got our final overview of the album. What we're gonna do is gonna rank it 1 out of 10. Honestly, I don't want to go first. One of y'all go.
Wow.
That's
You scared to set the tone. I'm telling.
No, cool. I'm
See?
giving it an 8 out of 10. It was a cool project. It was a great debut for him.
It's cool.
I'm surprised you gave it an 8 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, it's
Like
cool.
you said, the
I
bar
like-
was low.
No,
for
no. I said my expectations were low because I didn't want to have them too high because you know how I feel about the oversaturation shit. I've been saying it since like 2016.
I never have expectations for albums. I just sit down and listen to
No,
them.
I didn't.
Your mouth will go.
I don't know how you
Here you go
guys.
with
I don't
shit.
know
Dare to
how
be
you guys
different,
have high expectations for like something you didn't hear yet.
You telling me Dave has been promoting this all summer up until this point and you had no expectation?
No, I just wanted to hear
None.
You've
Zero.
lost your mind.
Zero. Nada.
it. No.
Evan, continue with your.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. It was I know I said the one shit was trash, but like it wasn't a bad album for me. I thought it was a great debut. I'm glad he switched it up because it could have easily sounded like Karma 1 and 2.
That's that's a good point right
Could
there.
have easily sounded just
That's
like
very
him.
true.
And that's what I was scared of. And that's why I was talking about oversaturation. But like, yeah, it didn't it sounded like the key to it, it didn't sound like something he released in the past couple of years. It sounded completely new. It sounded like a dash of Hate Me Now with a smidge of Karma.
It
And then it sounded like
I don't think it's.
I got Hate Me Now
Nothing
vibes
like
from
Hate Me Now.
I got Hate Me Now vibes from it. And then yeah.
This is why we don't let Evan talk too
All
much.
right, you
That
wanna,
sounded nothing like.
yeah,
Hate Me
you wanna
Now.
go?
Wow.
I don't even have it. I don't even have a number for it. If I had to rank it out of 10, I'd give it like 8.5 or a 9. I
That's
thought it was a.
high.
I
You don't
thought it
sound
was.
optimistic.
That's high.
I thought it was. I'm just chill today. I'm not really that crazy. But now the project was phenomenal for me. Like the debut, his debut. As far as him coming in and him displaying what like this is who he is as a person, as Survivor, because the main part of Survivor was it's literally for everybody. Like we're surviving every single day. So the whole structure of that, I like that. As far as like in between songs, like each song meant something. Each song had to at least resonate with you at least one part. There's 20 songs. One song had to at least hit home where you sit down and you're like, yo, this is it. And it's not like I didn't get any mainstream vibes from it or anything. It was just straight authenticity.
I would say the
from the
two-pack
album.
was a little bit of mainstream vibes in the song with Jaquez. A little bit.
Yeah, I could. Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the features in a sense.
Yeah, the shit with Gunna and the
Yeah,
But that's
every
just one of
day.
your favorite
Yeah.
songs though.
Huh?
So that's one of your favorite songs. So that means
Yeah.
So you love mainstream. That's crazy.
We all love
Anyway,
mainstream.
if you think
Hey, don't pair me with you.
But nah, that was it's a dope album. Like even though we doing like the review the day of, I would still like come back and recollect like a week later like the album. I'm still gonna like go thoroughly because there's probably some bars that I probably missed. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it was a phenomenal album and I love the storytelling on it.
All right, Twin, how about you?
As for me, y'all probably gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna be a bit strict and say like 6 out of 10, but I'm gonna explain myself. I'm saying 6 out of 10 ain't bad.
That's
But
a-
it's
6 out of
like-
10. So you get a 6 out of 10 on a test. You cool with that?
6 out. Come on.
Oh.
All right, then let me not say 6 out of 10. I'm gonna say like 7 out of 10.
Okay, so you get a 7 out of 10 on your final.
All right, we still gotta explain.
All right, listen.
What is it?
The bars were there. I'm a piggyback on Mikayle. It was getting a bit redundant for me, and I'm just gonna dissect it real quick. Like the production was it was good. The lyricism was good. I think he got away from his message on Survival like big time. He got away, and it wasn't a good collective. It wasn't like together. As it felt like a group of songs at one point when
Like
I
a
started
playlist.
listening to.
What songs
a
in
playlist.
particular?
I'd say the more mainstream ones, and
Like which ones?
like Every Day. I'll say
Well,
Every Day.
Every day, Godfather and Wannabe G came out before the album.
On site.
But it's still a part of the album.
I like.
Yeah, but if you had to take it out, Because you heard those songs
Me
before
and
the album.
Mine.
Yeah, it's still a part of
OG
the album.
kind of.
But you heard it beforehand. So
Still a
Yeah.
part of
you're
that.
not gonna have
No,
a
I was
different view
just naming
change
some
because
others.
it's on the
I
album.
was just naming some others though.
Which ones?
Like OG, Mine and Mine's kind of got.
That's different, bro.
It was tough though. It was tough,
On
but
site.
like the second verse kind of
On
got
site
like.
with Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah, it kind of got.
Yeah.
I'd
Bonus
say
track.
looking
I hate that
looking
bonus
forward, looking ahead as an artist.
that.
If he wants to make an album that's like focused and like together and fluent, he needs to work on his content.
I can see where you're coming from because like there's certain songs where I got the vibe of like, oh, survival, cool. And there's certain times where he got away from
It was
And is it really
No,
like a lot of
I'd
the
say
artists you
so.
see
don't
like a
overreact
theme.
when I say this. The way the album was structured and put together, it was on the verge of a mixtape. As far as I'm not disrespecting as far as structure.
All right, yeah.
No, yo,
yeah, that is LSD.
Come
That's
on,
crazy.
Come on. Do you
That's
understand what I'm
LSD,
saying though?
shrooms. You're on something.
Do you understand what I'm saying though?
You just said borderline mixtape.
No, as far as like structure.
Yo.
Come on.
Yeah.
As far as structure.
Nah, son.
As far as structure
Nah,
of the
son.
album.
Nah, son.
I'm not talking about the content as far as like togetherness and like him focusing on the fact that he's like the content's about like more or less survival. You know what I'm saying?
So it's methamphetamines.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put down the album was good, but like
Your turn.
it had its moment.
They
I-
like
you
one
gotta
of them
say-
big kings.
Oh
they
my
drag somebody off
God.
stage. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh
Or
my
he just beat him with a bat.
Oh.
But do you understand what I'm saying though about like the
No.
structure and the come on.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I thought his message was quite clear.
Oh my
survive. It says survive.
No,
So,
no,
he
I
didn't
say-
get, so
no.
he didn't get off topic.
No.
As far as, like,
certain songs,
that's what
but
I'm saying.
That's all a part of survival, bro. You think about it.
Nah.
Every song is a different piece of surviving. You need your mom. You need your dad. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You
I know those songs.
all the songs
Kev. I
that
know
came,
those
all the
songs.
songs that came out that didn't feel like survival came out before the album.
Hell, before we
No,
run out of time,
what are
let me
you
go ahead
talking
and say
about?
Let me go ahead and say my piece before we get out of time.
Oh my god.
We gonna get back to that in a second. Let me hear. I'm gonna run through this real quick. I give it about. Malcolm gonna hate me. A 7.5 to 8.
I'm not gonna hate you. It's
Oh,
your
all right,
opinion.
all right.
I don't like giving reviews like
Ooh,
the day
so
of, but you could go back and like
No,
opinions
I think
change.
Mine's pretty set in stone.
Like my
7.5, 8.
opinion would change. So.
I think mine's gonna stay the same. 7.5, 8. Only because, it was a great album in my opinion. But I do rate very hard. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about 10, I think about like classics like Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? Good Kid, Mad City, and other albums like that. You feel me?
Well, I think nobody would have gave it like a 10 out of 10 like the first. Oh,
Like,
how many
you
times
gotta,
I
you
listened to
gotta
the
say like
album?
how close to 8.5, 9, or 8 is to a 10. You feel me? On the scale of things. That's
For
really
a first listen, yeah.
For, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, for first listen, but if, I mean, maybe my opinion may
well,
change.
maybe-
You know?
Yeah.
That's
That's what I'm saying. Like our opinions could change, but
The certain songs shouldn't have been on there. Like Alone shouldn't have been on there. The bonus track with Ty Dolla
but that's-
$ign
And
shouldn't
but
have
before,
that's what I was
and
trying
before
to
we run
say,
out of
like,
time, I just want to
some of the
Do y'all think 20 songs was too much?
Yeah.
No, I know. No. I think for the
I
weight
do.
that we had, you
Yeah,
think
I
it was
do.
too much?
Too much.
I think it was too long in regards
That-
to how long each song was recorded. But the amount of songs.
Yeah,
is
some of
about-
them were 4 minutes.
That's
Yes,
what
that's
I-
I mean.
Yeah.
That's where I take back the words I'd say because if he could take those songs that weren't like as on topic of survival and maybe make it like 15, I wouldn't be saying this right now. I wouldn't have my opinion right now.
Yeah.
People always have something to say.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that.
So listen, guys.
Come on,
All in all, Dave. I think Dave had a solid album. I think we all feel that way. But we gotta wrap it up. Listen, guys, this is a Comic Gold podcast. We thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Dave East for the great album, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Listen, take a break, Dave. Don't drop a mixtape in a couple months, bro. Whoa. Yeah.
that was crazy.
But listen, we gonna wrap it up. This is Evan, Malcolm, Aston, Mikayle. We are out. See you guys next time.
We out.